Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero. So, this is Act 2 that we're doing. I apologize for the slightly longer than usual delay, but let's get into it. Letter. Attention, Lula Chamberlain. RE, your application. Hey, Doug Nozzle. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably, we can award only one fellowship per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. I don't know. I forget if I said it. Hey, Dog Nozzle. It's not going that badly. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. How is the frame rate, by the way, on your end? I've been trying to get this thing to run at just 60, but for some reason it keeps defaulting to 144 with my monitor, and that irks me a little bit, but I guess it's fine. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Note, sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just threw the mail here. Your OBT SVT Robert, who throws the letter in the wastebasket or pulls the letter up wastebasket. Lula opens a folder on her desk labeled proposals or writing paper. Lula sorts through documents, all printed on a fading letterhead reading Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal number 1, Site Hospital. Proposed use, auto dealership. Proposal number 2, Site Distillery. Proposed use, graveyard. Proposal 3, Site Basketball Court. Proposed use, kennel. Turning a distillery into a graveyard, that seems the weirdest. Proposal number 2, distillery still active, but scaling down operation to less than half the site. Distillery built on top graveyard originally. Hybrid distillery graveyard could share resources. Chapel, once repurposed into bottling facility, could be repurposed into chapel. Fuck yeah. Lula stamps the proposal endorsed. And then proposal 1 and proposal 3. Hospital closed due to repeated sanitation violations. Auto dealership sanitation requirements comparatively lax. Small operating rooms could be repurposed into offices. Large cubicle-style administrative offices could be repurposed into showrooms. Proposed. Oh, hey, there's our guy. Harrington clears his throat. Is he? It's not important. I doubt that. You do important work here now. Maybe it's not sublime art, but it's... You know the famous dramatist who visited Mexico and said, "Here, there is no art. Things are made for use." You've been to Mexico. You've seen the murals. You know about all that. So, my own thoughts are wandering clearly. I've got a lot on my mind. Clearly. Well, I'll come straight to it then. The clerk upstairs tells me you've been assigned to my proposal. I've heard nothing in weeks, and I assumed it had been swallowed up by some dragon of administration, but interrupting, I've received your proposal and I'm afraid it's impossible, or silence. I'll go with silence. Lula, my situation is desperate. I have hours. Hours. I must find a suitable venue for my play in time for its sunrise debut, where the last decade of my life will have been a vision within a dream. Fragment. I haven't had a chance to review it, to be honest. I see. Of course, you're quite busy. I understand completely. I'm sorry to have bothered you, Lula. I'll go now. Oh, Lula, I thought you might like to know. I saw Joseph this evening just after sunset. Yeah, it looks like he's carrying antlers over his shoulders. I saw Joseph this evening just after sunset. We sat for a bit, drank some cold coffee, and talked about university days. Better days. Maybe for him. Yeah, it looks like he's got antlers and a deer head or whatever. Act 2, Scene 1. Whatever animal they came off of. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Talk to Shannon. Didn't we just pass this place? Maybe someone here could point us in the right. Maybe someone here could point us in the right direction. Yeah, it looks like they're still open. Must be the night shift. What do you think they do here? Looks like an office building. It looks like a cathedral. What do you think? Office building. Yeah, an office building in a cathedral. This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now? Inside, outside, both. Huh. Okay, very poetic. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. Get a good rest in the truck. This leg is getting kind of stiff now, Blue. I don't know if that's a good sign. Maybe I just need to walk it out. Well, I hope that's the case. Yeah, a walk's good for a lot of things. But, well, I hope that's the case. End of the line? Seems that way. Maybe so. Seems that way. Not for us, I hope. Bell. Mary Ann. Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out. We're actually a bit lost, ma'am. Want to settle a bet? Oh, let's do that. I'm actually pretty busy, but sure, what's up? You be both inside and outside at the same time? Oh, it's nothing, just a joke we had on the road. I'll go, can you be both inside and outside at the same time? Wow, okay, is that like a philosophy thing? Or are you just lost? We're just lost. You're lost. So you're not the... Sorry, honest mistake. We're supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. I saw your truck and thought, you don't really look like one of the boys from the distillery anyway. What are you celebrating, and what do the boys from the distillery look like? What are you celebrating? Oh, the less I understand, the better. When I'm here, I keep the fans turning and the furnace hot, and listen for the bell. When I get home, I'm a different person. I don't have to think about it. I just paint. Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you just being to be passing through. Looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is? Dogwood. Nope. You're going to need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks. But first, we've got to get you in the system, so you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now let's see. Rick is booked proofreading drafts all afternoon, and Wanda's out on a site. Let me go make some calls and see if we have anyone free. There's some books over there in the waiting area. Or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? The television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. Hermit crab scuttles across a beach. Its shell is an awkward shape. It must have once belonged to a different crab. Television is playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces for its nest. Scarf, plastic shopping bag, bit of a young girl's hair. The nest is warm, but precariously fragile. Oh, good. I thought you'd left. People can be so impatient. You never know. Well, I have a meeting with Lulu Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process. She's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says she's on the 5th floor, reviewing some diagrams. The elevator is just back to the left there. 5th floor. Let's take a look at the books. 3 books are piled up on the table. A service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. Let's see the envelope. The envelope reads, Bureau of Secret Tourism. It contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. Bureau of Secret Tourism is a great word, is a great phrase. I love it. She's on the 5th floor, right? Scans a column of elevator buttons. 5th floor, diagrams and drafts. 4th floor, archives and records. 3rd floor, bears. 2nd floor, conference room. 1st floor, clerk's offices, lobby. So we're in the lobby. Let's just go up. 1st floor, clerk's offices. Hello? Are you lost? Very much so, yes. We're looking for Lula Chamberlain? Oh, no, she's much too busy. Let's get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first so we don't waste any of Miss Chamberlain's time. It's a pretty straightforward process. First, you'll need to get a case number signed. Talk to Clerk Metstein about that. She's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. Clerk Metstein. Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and a list of your last 5 permanent addresses. Ingestion card? Oh, no ingestion card. Okay, that's okay. Just go talk to Clerk Bohm first, and he'll get you set up with one. Clerk Bohm is just over there in the corner. Happy to help. Let's go to the 5th floor anyway. Bears! Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor, and occasionally scribbling numbers at a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. Are you Lou Chamberlain? No. You just missed her, actually. She was up here about an hour ago. She's probably back at a real desk now on the 1st floor. She barely made a dent in these diagrams. Must have been distracted. Speaking of which... What is that noise? Archives and records. I just want to explore the place first. Bears. I love it. It's just a floor full of bears. Oh, it's so good. They are very chill bears. They're good bears. And I love that there's just a whole floor that's just bears. Yeah, third floor, bears. What's going on here? Having a meeting? Okay, I guess I can't talk to any of them. Okay. Back to the first floor. Clerk Balm. Or Bohm? Howdy. Here for an ingestion card? No problem. He rummages through some papers on his desk. Happy to help. He opens a few folders and quickly closes them. Looks like I'm out, but I know there's a back in the archive. You'll have to put in a special request with Clerk Macmillan. She's the document czar. Straight back at the end of the office there by the file cabinets. It's just a runaround. Where's Lula Chamberlain? Oh, no, that's her right there in the cardigan. Having fun in the paperclip labyrinth? Well, you made it eventually. You look exhausted. I offered you my seat, but my ankles are turning on me. The receptionist said you could point us in the right direction. This little concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go? We're looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive. That's funny. Do you know I used to live on a Dogwood Drive? That was years ago. A grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog. I drank whiskey and beer and made sculptures. That Dogwood was a surface road. With a name like that, it would have to be. What are you doing on the Zero? The gas station attendant told us we need to take the Zero to get there. Gas station attendant? I see. Friendly blind man, about my age, hangs out with an old cat, likes to pretend he's a poet. His name is Joseph. Do you know him? Joseph and I used to work together, and we lived together. We were friends. But that was a long time ago. We haven't spoken in years. Do you know why he's pointed you this way? Because he's still in love with me, of course, and now he's implicated you, quite inconsiderately. And in your condition, it's appalling. So I'm very sorry for wasting your time, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. Where's the Dogwood Drive you lived on? Maybe it's the same one. Get over yourself. Lula pauses, taken aback. Well, I guess that's fair. All right, maybe I can help you. For Joseph. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now we have these databases, and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large Leaf Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive. or so we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we have an abundance here. You have a record of those streets? I expect we must. They'll be up in archives and records. Fourth floor. It'll be filed under O, O for autonyms, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed. God. Archives and records. So, fourth floor. Hi, bears. Documents. Damn, this place is a mess. Okay. Take a look at that logbook, I guess. Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes. I'll just start digging. Small logbook is a smart leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just lists of titles, names, and dates. Inside front cover. Note in logbook, document staff, please do not transfer any more records from the storage unit until we get the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with the letters A, B, C, D, or F, or activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes, etc., but air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc. I love that. Oh, just limit yourself to stuff beginning in with letters up to F. Page 1. Several documents relating to sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period of a few days. Basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys, and parking lots. Page 14. A single set of documents relating to coal mining operations was checked out and back in by several different people within a few hours. Inside back cover. Failing antique shops folder missing. Listed checked in on page 63 but not present. Put the logbook away. Nothing. Me neither. Half of these boxes aren't even labeled, and the rest are all from the first two letters of the alphabet. I couldn't find anything with an O or a G or an S. Maybe that clerk knows somewhere else we can look? Okay, this is down the first floor. I think so. Yeah. Failing antique shops specifically. Weirdly specific. Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved to this new venue somewhat recently, and it's all a bit in progress. This was a cathedral not so long ago. Can you believe it? And then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. So, yeah, just have them go to a storage facility for church. That's where you'll find the street name records, I expect, at the church. Marianne at reception can give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. Oh, and while you're out on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is in a small neighborhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Here's his card. You stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. Bobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Get what you need? Lula said you could direct us to the church? Or be straight with me. What is this? Be straight with me. What is this place? Just another office, lady. Just another job. But you kicked out a congregation to set up your office? I wasn't here for that. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. Still, I wouldn't judge until I'd seen everything. They've got a new church now. The Bureau set it up for them out of some of their old storage space. The church's very nice. Go and see it for yourself. Just get back on the zero and drive until you hit the crystal. Then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle it. Time to go. The jaws. Yeah, this is the zero. Bat wings. It's like a tunnel. The cactus. The lightning bolt. The sandwich. It's got a brick in the middle. The icosahedron. Cathode ray. The bottle. The TV. The cenote. The pipe organ. The crystal. Okay, now she said turn around. Self-storage. Oh. I love it. Act 2, Scene 2. St. Thomas Church. Random access self-storage. Is that it? Over there? I don't see any congregation. Maybe it's after hours. Let's see what the janitor knows, I guess. Oh, here for the night mass? What kind of mass is it? Tonight, it's a homily on work and need. Huh, I haven't heard this one before. Are you the preacher? Or, well, let's just ask where the congregation is. I guess this must look pretty strange, a church without a congregation. When they first moved in here, man, this place was packed. They had a mass every night, 2 on Sunday. But it got a bit awkward to fit everyone in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see it as the thing that was falling apart, they lost their center of gravity and just started wobbling. Then the preacher stopped coming too, but he left his old tapes, same with the organist. I found some old acetates in the Bureau archives, photos of people in churches, so I keep it running. You do what you have to, right? Right now, we've all got a job. Work is play for mortal stakes. That's the title of the evening's homily, in fact. Oh, and the janitor's name is Brandon. So I guess if you folks aren't here for the mass, you must be looking for the old Bureau records. I moved them down to unit C315 to make room for the mass. It's down at the other end of the building. Same floor. I need to get the night mass started, but you can borrow my keys. C315. I'll go. You wait here. Rest your leg. You're looking kind of pale. Nice lady. Well, I better get this running. Brandon presses play on an old tape machine. Conway listens to the homily. There are many days on which we proclaim the value of labor and celebrate the piety of the hard-working through feast or abstinence, recognizing Saint Joseph the worker, who was foster father to our Lord Jesus, and who trained him in carpentry and in the merit of sweat. And this is one such day. Let's keep going. On this day, we celebrate with the feast of Saint Joseph the worker, and on this day, other workers are also celebrating. Workers who do not attend Mass, or even one like it. Even workers who do not attend a church at all, but who toil with clarity, with dedication, with perspicacity, who do as we do here in our church, inasmuch as they reflect the activity of God. As we do, they cultivate the earth, and at sundown, they call the fruit of their labor very good. My leg is killing me. I bet everyone's telling you to go see a doctor. Hey, I get it. Too expensive. My dad cut his arm pretty bad on a job, but he stitched himself back up because we didn't have health insurance. But then his hand didn't work very well, and he got pretty depressed. And eventually he just sort of... Well, I guess I don't know what he should have done. Who knows, right? So, just as there is no dignity without sacrifice, there is no vocation without avocation. Just as the left eye perceives that which is to the left, and the right eye perceives that which is to the right, and these images are summed, differentiated, and incorporated, and we find in our mind's eye an after image of divine light, only where love and need are one, and the work is play for mortal stakes, is the deed ever really done for heaven and for the future's sakes. Okay, that's it. Next, there's some rituals that you and I aren't allowed to participate in, I don't think, and I don't remember them anyway. Hi, got it. Got what? What? I found what we came here to get. The file on street name changes. You don't look good. Let's head back to the bureau and get this straightened out. And then maybe we should go see that doctor the clerk recommended. I love that it is random access self-storage. Random access. Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? My leg is stuck. Shit. Okay, I'm going to pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay. Are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? It's fine. Just try to stand up. Careful. I'm right here. Damn, don't worry. I've got you. That leg is in bad shape. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Hey, old man, look at me. Can you hear me? What happened? What happened? I don't know. He collapsed. I think he blacked out. He was mumbling about the old mine for a minute. The old mine where we met. I think I need to see that, doctor. Yes, you do. Hands Brandon the doctor's card. How do we get to this address from here? I don't know. It's pretty tricky going back and forth between, you know, here and there. The bureau's the only way I know. Some of those folks do it all the time. Commuters. Just go back the way you came, find the crystal, and then turn around. Alright? Staircase. Projector. The bell. The tree. Sprocket. The anchor. The bicycle. The feather. The wheelbarrow. The antlers. The scarecrow. Oh, the bureau. Act 2, Scene 3. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Oh, hey, Carrington. Hello, my friends. I'm relieved to run across you again. Hello, Blue. No better place than the road for a hound. I'm afraid I've been unsuccessful in my search for a venue for my play. Have you found anything in your travels? I think that's a cat down there. The old Elkhorn mine. There's a self-storage facility not far from here. I think you should do it back at the gas station. The old Elkhorn mine. There's an idea. Not in the mine, surely. Such a constrained space would have dreadfully oppressive acoustics. But at the surface of the mine, just before sunrise, the resonances and reverberations of an old mining tipple. It's tragic even to think. Yes, the psychoacoustics of the space are of prime concern. Psychoacoustics. Definitely. Psychoacoustics is a field of perceptual study. How do we perceive sound? What does it do to our souls? How do sounds work through us? The play must resonate through my actors in their performance, and then it must reverberate out from them, and again resonate through the audience. Theater is mostly acoustic, you see. Yes, I think the exterior of the mine will do wonderfully. Truly, I expect a tragic vision. You've been immeasurably helpful. If you have time later this evening, I'd love to go over my production notes with you. Just meet me there in a few hours, if you like. Many thanks. Does she have anything else to say? Back so soon? We talked to Lula Chamberlain again. I'm afraid she left. In a big hurry, actually. Something happened with your meeting? She seemed pretty interested in the gas station attendant. I don't know who that is, but she did seem distressed. Well, heading back to the interstate? I can process you whenever you're ready to go back. Just let me know. We're ready to be processed. He hands the receptionist Lula's card. Can you tell us how to get to this address? We're looking for Dr. Truman. Of course, this is in a neighborhood just outside of Bowling Green. Get on 65 going southwest, take a right just past the observatory, just before the river. If you continue north, you'll be there shortly. Happy to help. Okay. From the Marquez Farm, get on 65 going southwest, take a right just past the observatory. Just before the river. Joseph has fallen asleep in his chair. Or right just past the observatory. Then head north. Dr. Truman's house. The neighborhood of the address on Lula's card has been demolished. Its place is a large museum, still partially under construction. Act 2, Scene 4. Museum of Dwellings. Oh yeah, he was talking to his dog. The guy was a weirdo. museum staff. What did he say? Just, Thomas, just small talk, you know? Like you talk to your buddies or something. Like you talk to a dock worker. It's like, man, this is a lot of rain. I haven't seen rain like this since that storm a couple years ago that took out Lysette's herb garden. I just feel bad for that old dog getting dragged all over by a couple of drunks. Old dog like that should be sleeping on a porch somewhere. That's loyalty for you. Well, they didn't stay long anyway. I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in. They didn't see me. What were they talking about? The man said his leg was hurting him. They were looking for Dr. Truman, but he was already gone. They didn't know, so they kept looking around. Fred, I just assumed they were from the power company. You know how they're always coming by unannounced and messing with this or that. I just shut myself up in my room to wait it out. Wasn't getting involved. They definitely weren't from the park. Well, I wouldn't complain if they were, really, with that storm going on. I know they have to do their business. Doesn't affect me. I've got my generator. But you know some of these folks around here. Unprepared. Totally unprepared. Is there anything else? Oh, there's a placard. I guess they must have gone through some papers here. It was in some disarray and a few folders were pulled out and left on the table. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I only noticed because Diane is such a stickler. She's real organized, I mean. What folders were they looking at? Yeah, mostly stuff about the building site, I guess. They had a list of all the homes we relocated here. A list of original residences before we leveled the neighborhood. I guess they were looking for one of the old residents. Pulled out a list of the folks who didn't take the offer. Folks who moved elsewhere, but they filed that back out of order. So I guess they didn't find what they were looking for there. Hey, while I have you here, work's kind of slowed down, and it seems like I know you folks know what you're doing, but it seems like the residents are just kind of settling in. That's the idea. Yeah, I get that. Just how about that roof, huh? You just write us a check and we'll finish it right up. I know you've got this museum thing going on, but you don't want to be slumlords now. They were hollering at that empty tent you folks have on display. Ha! Hey, if you ever need anyone to stay in there, I've been in worse positions. Do you know, at first I thought it might be Hudson walking up to visit. I'd heard him working on his boat just a bit earlier, before the storm started. Then I saw the stranger's limping gait, and the young woman with him, and I knew it couldn't be. I invited them in for a glass of bourbon, which they politely declined, so I just talked to them on the porch for a bit. What was the stranger like? He was in a bad way. He seemed confused. He was asking about a basketball game. I thought he might be joking. After all, it's not the season. It made his friend uncomfortable, and she changed the subject. She asked about my house. You know, I don't believe either of them had ever set foot on a houseboat before. I don't know that the older man had ever seen an ocean, in fact. It has always been my fondest dream to retire on a houseboat. That's why I accepted your offer and moved in here. It isn't perfect, but that's what home ever is. I only wish the house would sway a bit. I find that it settles my nerves. Well, if we have another storm like that last one. So, yeah, there was a basketball game on the radio earlier, which is weird. If it's out of season. Yeah, they came by and knocked on the window, and we had a bit of a talk through the glass. I would have come out, but, you know, shady characters. They seemed suspicious? I already told you. Weirdos. Walking around door to door asking about Dr. Truman this late at night? I told them what I know, but in this weather? What do you know about Dr. Truman? I told them. He moved in here with the rest of us when you folks bought up the neighborhood. Then one day his house was gone. That's all I know about that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Aw, sensory deprivation tank. I heard them banging around out there, and I just stayed quiet. I don't know what they wanted. I just put my headphones on and tried to ignore them, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I can't get back to that train car. Check over here. Oh, ooh, this looks nice. Hello. I was playing in that empty cabin and they came by. They asked about Dr. Truman. I know where he went, but I didn't tell them. Where did Dr. Truman go? It's a secret. Ezra told me, and I can't tell anyone else. What else did the strangers say? Who is Ezra? He's my age. He doesn't really live here. He's just passing through with his brother, Julian. First they're going to help us, but I can't say any more about that. We have a lot of secrets. The lady asked me about my parents, and I told them they were upstairs in the greenhouse. Do you want to hear a weird story? Of course I do. The old man asked me about the cabin. He said it looked like another house he knew, and he wanted to know where it came from. I told him nobody lived there, so he went inside. It took a long time exploring. When he came back out, he told me all about it. Where was the other house he knew? I don't remember. He seemed sad. The home he grew up in? The home of a friend? Was it a place where something sad happened? Yeah, I remember. He woke up there one morning and he didn't know where he was. He was alone. He waited all day for someone to come and tell him why he was there, but nobody did, so we left at sundown. He went upstairs and he also looked around the other rooms. I played with the dog. What did he do upstairs? He looked in some boxes. He looked out the window. He could see the museum better than when he was downstairs. He could tell how it was all put together. And the cabin, too. You can see the shape of it better from up there. Now, the part that is weird. He said he went into the basement. The cabin doesn't have a basement. He said he found a staircase in the closet. He said he found a secret door on the floor. He said he found a staircase in a closet. And he found a rope leading down a long pit and he climbed down. He was surrounded by giant aphids. He found a rope. It was so long his arms got very tired and he fell in the dark. The walls were covered in a glowing moss. He tried to eat some of the moss, used some of the light of the moss. He used the light of the moss to find a lake at the bottom of the pit. The water swept him around until he didn't know where he was, and finally he fell asleep in the water. He woke up on the floor of the cabin. He came back outside, and we said goodbye, and I didn't talk to them anymore. Birdcage. The moment I now recall most clearly from their short visit was the birdcage exhibit. The old man stopped to rest, or maybe to think. The young woman had been anxious up to that point, but she stopped as well and examined the birdcage more closely. It seemed to elicit a tenderness from her. She ran one fingernail along the bars of the wire cage, making out a tuneless scale, like a child's xylophone. And then they moved on. We ought to get some real chickens in that coop. Do some homesteading. None of these folks know how to live off the land. You know what I mean? It's just a display, another kind of dwelling. Yeah, no offense against you guys. I mean, I appreciate what all you've done for us. sure, I talked to them for a bit. Actually, we talked for quite a while. I wasn't busy. I was happy for the company. Can't sleep in a storm like that. Never could. What'd you talk about? I had a bottle in my coat, and I could see the old guy looking at it, and his leg was hurt pretty bad, so I offered him some. He got real awkward about it. I bet he's in a program. Anyway, they were asking about Dr. Truman. I remember him. He was here for a bit, and then he left. That's what I told them. Yeah, I can't go past that. I think you need to get some real horses in the stable. Do you like horses? Not anymore. Now I like jungle cats. You should get some real panthers in the stable. That dog was in nearly as bad shape as the old man, just sort of shrugging along. They found some treats in the doghouse exhibit that seemed to cheer them up a bit. Is that the same barn from the Marquez farmhouse? It looks kind of similar. Okay, that looks like it may be the door out. What's back here? Anything? Alright. I guess let's head out then. Can I go? Ah. Okay, we're waiting on Blue. Oh, giant bird in the background. They wouldn't come in, rushing around. You could tell they were worn, and it was late at night, but just rushing around. Well, there was some urgency to the older man's injury, so it's understandable. Big bird! What were they looking for? They were looking for Dr. Truman, but of course, I had nothing to say. The man was hurt, you know. How was he hurt? His leg, it was twisted or something. He held it while he walked and made these painful little sounds in his throat. Oh, how? I don't know. I didn't ask. It would have been rude, I think. Well, we just don't know. I suppose we never will. I heard a shout from downstairs. The old man had stumbled in the rain. He stayed inside with the lights off. There's no sense in my getting involved. Thought I saw the old giant bird carrying something. Yeah, carrying like a house frame. I didn't see or hear a thing all night. I was in the back doing inventory when they came by. I got 30 cases of candles in, and each one of those has got to be individually labeled, you know. But I heard from some of the other neighbors they weren't up to any harm, just passing through. Ezra. I saw you folks drive up. I like your truck. What kind of truck is that? It doesn't belong to me. I just drive it. Yeah, I knew you were a driver. It's the biggest haul you ever did. I moved a pool table once in that same truck. Me and Julia move whole houses every night. It's a lot bigger than a pool table. Sounds very impressive. Who's Julian? Where do you take the house? Julian's my brother. He's a lot bigger and stronger, and he has more feathers than me, but he's still my brother. Where do you take the houses? Me and Julian take them out to the forest every night, and then we bring them back at dawn before the museum opens. Why do you take them to the forest? The museum is an okay place to live in the daytime, but it's no good at night. Folks just can't sleep in a place like this, but when they do, it gives them nightmares. We take them out to the forest to sleep, and then bring them back in the morning. Is your family out in the forest? Oh no, I don't know where they are. Me and Julian were looking for them for a while, but anyway, we have a job to do here now, taking these people out to the forest at night so they can sleep. Maybe if the rest of them will be like Dr. Truman and want to stay out there, we'll get back to looking. Can you tell us how to get to the forest? We have to follow the Green River way out east and then hop over Lake Cumberland. The roads don't go there. Me and Julian could take you if you were just about to go anywhere. I've just got to call him over. Yelling. Giant bird. We go back to the museum for a sec. From this height, the museum looks like a blocky crater, slowly filling with rain. You have to follow the Green River way out east and then hop over Lake Cumberland. Okay, I assume that's the church. Country church with a pitched roof and a 3-story spire. A large LED display glows in the parking lot. Behind the church are several dusty metal trash cans, all closed. Aqueous oils. From this angle, the building looks strange and abstract, like a pile of intersecting boxes and triangles. Flying past at this speed and angle, the farmhouse is invisible among the trees. Its location is only marked by Conway and Shannon's memories. small figure. A tiny gray figure walks along the side of the road, carrying what appears to be a guitar case. He is followed closely by a smaller shape. Dog? He looks tired. From above, the huge swaying tipple looks like a small wooden lattice framing the edge of the mine entrance. Green River. Lake? A shadowy figure drags itself out of the lake, stuffs its limbs into a smart blue suit, and trudges sloppily out of view. Oh, it's good. Green River Lake. Okay, I guess we just keep going east. Okay, that's the edge of the map. So down here, I guess. Lake Cumberland. Here we go. Forest. Act 2, Scene 5. A forest. Just a forest. I think I'm playing as Ezra now. It's okay. Just take it easy. Got to get back on the road. We've got to get back on the road. We will, but we need to get this leg looked at first. Right now, you're in no condition to haul anything out of that truck, even when we do find Dogwood Drive. Why is this delivery so important? It's my job. It's my last delivery. I don't know. It's my last delivery. Oh, you're retiring or something? Or sorry. That's closing up the shop. That's damn. How'd you come to be with these people? I bet you were pretty wild when you were younger. When I'm old like you, I'll still be wild. Well, I like you anyway. Oh, good music. Shouldn't be much further now. I think I see where the settlement ends over there. These woods go on forever. Well, no forest goes on forever. At some point, there's always a road or something. Parking lot. Don't act so defeated, okay? I'm just thinking about getting back to work. We're almost there. We'll get you patched up and back in that truck. We can handle this. Do you have any family you're close with? Brother or sister? Kids? I have a brother, but I wouldn't say we're close. What does he do? Some kind of banker? Kind of a jerk sometimes? He's about my age, retired. I don't know. Just another drifter. Some kind of banker. Kind of a jerk sometimes. Yeah, I know the type. You never talk to him? He's too good for me, I guess. Nah, I burned that bridge pretty bad. Who knows? I guess I was always closest with Weaver. His close as someone can be with a girl like that. She was always on her own wavelength, but we were the same age growing up, and everyone else was so busy. When she disappeared, I got pretty angry, and I guess I just stayed that way. I never really understood her, but I knew it's lonely without someone like that around. Sorry, you're a good listener. Have you ever been here in the winter? Or have you ever been over to the lake? I went there once with my folks. We had some burgers. Pretty great. I got in trouble for swimming too far. He's inside with Dr. Truman. Are you coming in? Where have you been? We lost sight of you for a minute. Yep, it's easy to get lost, especially out in the woods like this. I never really get lost, though. I just look out for Julian. He's always around. My folks had a really nice house, bigger than any of these houses, but it made them worried all the time. Then the bank took it back. We had to sleep at the bus station, but I couldn't ever get to sleep. So I just went out to fly around every night with Julian. We flew really far, and we never got lost. But when we came back in the morning, they were all gone. Well, they just left you? I don't think so. All our stuff was still there. Maybe they got lost somewhere. Let's go see what's on TV. Oh, this is so good. Just the weird spaces, the writing in this game is so good. Dr. Truman. And yeah, I think during that exit interview was when I really realized how badly they had me. But how else can you pay for medical school? Yeah, I have college friends with debts that you can't expect to pay that back unless you're planning to sell painkillers on the side or something. Or, some kind of administrative thing? I don't know. Having seen what arthritis did to my grandmother and my best friend in high school destroy his wrists building synthesizers, I mean, he was like 17. Ailments of the joints and limbs just seem important to me. I hope that answers your question. Getting a scholarship at that pharmaceutical company had a lot of strings attached, but at least I have somewhere to practice, even if I have to follow their market trends a bit. And hey, thanks to all those seminars, I'm an expert on the medical uses of Neripnol TM. It's not so bad. I love that they included the TM in there. So, how about that leg? What happened exactly? It was like something grabbed my leg in the dark. Grab? Like an animal? Or a piece of machinery? That could be ugly. I've seen some joints twisted right out of... Never mind. Well, let's start the examination. What are they singing about? Singing about travel? They're singing about going home. They're singing about hard times. Hard times. Yeah, everybody has it pretty rough right now. Even if you just want to go home, you'll have problems. Like, it'll be too dark and you'll get scared. It's hard sometimes, but things have a way of working out. Maybe you can just stay lost in the dark. Maybe I'll be okay with that eventually. Friend's in pretty bad shape, isn't he? But it's nothing we can't handle. You might have a few things to look out for in the future. Be a bit gentler with the leg or the way you walk, but you'll be okay. I've dealt with similar cases before. So, the anesthetic we'll use is called Neripnol TM. It's pretty experimental, but it's more appropriate in cases like yours. The way it works is I'll just count backwards from 5, start the process, and then we'll just have a normal conversation as the Neripnol TM takes effect. Then I'll get started. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, let's talk about billing for a moment. The pharmaceutical company I'm contracted with was recently acquired by an energy company that has some different standards for billing and revenue. So, it's a bit complex now. Yeah, that power company is into everything. It's just the way that this game deals with like shitty life and terrible working conditions, terrible capitalism. Oh, it's so good. End of Act 2. All right, and we're doing the second interlude, the entertainment. The entertainment. I'm in first person. Hey, there's the exit sign. Student production is audacious. Clem Doolittle's original script for A Reckoning is almost no explicit. Too goddamn hot. It's cool in here. Yep, like Babylon outside. GD, you're right. Well, cool in here. It's an oasis. Wonder how Ted's holding up. AC. Down there, they all have it. Sure, you're right. I've never been to Texas. Oh, sure. They all have AC. Too cold almost. In July, even. He's got a hotel. Yeah, hotel life. That's living. Maybe too much. I mean, what's to stop him, really? Meet some tall thing at the hotel bar. Nah. Ted's a good man. Nah, I know. He wouldn't run around. You're right. How about a beer? No beer today. Hard times, whiskey. That all you've got? It's a good whiskey. Local. Yeah. You take deliveries from them? Sure. You ever see one of them? The boys from Hard Times? What? I heard they're strange. They work hard. They make a good whiskey. Who are we to judge? Sure. Who are we? No one of consequence. What's all this? Bread for? Sandwiches? Rain's Law? Ha! The old ones went bad while you were on vacation? You have a good time while the sandwiches rotted? Oh, you know me. Couldn't shut it off. 7 days on a beach, and all I could think about was work. You know, the new kitchen. Maybe hire a hostess. You know, a hostess at the lower depths? Ha! Crazy. Nah, it's not so crazy. I was in a bar down there in New Orleans. They had a hostess, some dive. She seats you and, I don't know, points out the specials. Could have specials every night in there. Drink specials. You make cocktails? Nah. Food specials. Monday night, chicken. I don't know, grilled chicken? Caesar salad? Class it up. You know, Bess would have liked it. Here's the Bess. Yeah, yeah. Let me grab a. Here's the Bess. Good Christian woman. Good Christian woman. How about that sot in the corner? Not bothering nobody. Been here long? As soon as I opened. Got started a bit earlier, I suspect. On a bender, huh? Sleeping in a ditch or something? You don't think. Maybe Ted? Nah. Ted's a good man, honest, well liked. He's liked, but he's well liked. Sales is a good fit. Selling hammers. Can you believe it? Somebody has to. The hammers. They don't sell themselves. Here, here. It's just hard. Ted on the road. It's tough all over. What to do all day? Come here, I guess. Sure. That's what I do. Cheap drinks, conversation, and the entertainment. Sure. What's tonight? Oh, tonight it's. Oh, Junebug. I'll stay for that. I need some music. Get my mind off Ted. Something romantic, you know? A love song from when the world was young. What time? Around 8, maybe? Well, set him up slow, or I'll sleep right through it. Put it back on that weird dinosaur show, will you? Nah, those history programs don't make any sense. I prefer the nature programs. They think they can say just say anything on TV. I don't believe there to be a damn word in the Bible about dinosaurs on the ark. Been a long time since Sunday school for me. Do you go to church though? Nah, not since Bess. It was her church, really. Good Christian woman. Good Christian woman. Well, I'm curious. I'm curious to see where they're going with it. They've got you now. I just think they're gonna run out of rope before long. Dinosaurs in the Ark? I prefer I prefer the nature programs. Yeah. So your vacation was good? 7 days poolside. I thought you, I thought you said it was a beach. Oh, sure. No, it was a pool. Was it a pool or a beach? Uh, maybe. I don't remember. Weird. You think I'm making this up? No. Oh no, Hi, Harry. Oh, it's Pearl. Are the old folks here? Just me and Evelyn. All morning. Hi, Evelyn. And that sot in the corner. Hmm. You're early, Pearl. Parents usually don't roll in until the evening, 5 or 6. Everything all right? Oh, sure. Thanks. We just have some stuff to talk about. Well, post up here and let's watch this weird dinosaur show. I'll stand you a drink. All Harry's pouring today is Hard Times whiskey. That all you got? They they make a good whiskey. Sure, but you know the rumors. You know the rumors. Rumors are rumors. Put it on my tab, Harry. You driving, Pearl? Oh God, no. You know they want almost 40 cents a gallon? I had the early shift, so I just walked over. In this heat? You still working over there at Ace Jewelry and Loan? Joe Harden, proudly trading shortcuts for dignity 6 days a week since 1962. At least they have the piety to shut down on Sunday. With Joe, it's more likely a hangover. Can it be both? Well, I know you see more trade than I do. Must be slow over at the hardware store. Slow isn't the word. And now Ted is out, shilling for quality hammers to make up income. Have you considered quality hammers on your shelf? We made the switch recently and business has tripled. Well, of course, I'd love to have dinner with your lovely daughters. Evelyn, hey, a man gets lonely out on the road. I know how it is. Nah. Harry, you've been traveling, right? Sure. Yeah, down in New Orleans. Just taking a break. A vacation. Looking around for ideas. Tell her about the pool or the beach. Evelyn. Sounds nice. And the hostess. I may I may just cut you off. Looks dejected. So, the pool or the beach? Yeah, Harry. Which was it? Well, it was a week of relaxation and now I'm back. You still you still look stressed, if you don't mind me saying. Ha, he just looks like that. Sure, that's just how I look. I've never known you to leave town, Harry. I've never known you to leave this bar. Oh, no, I get out. You still drive that old truck? I don't know. I think they towed it eventually. The hell you say? That must have been years ago, Harry. How do you get around now? I, I take the bus or I walk. You walk to New Orleans? Or New Orleans? Watch it, Evelyn. I didn't mean nothing by it, Harry. Harry, did you really go to New Orleans? Now, just where do you two get off? Sorry, Forget it. Sure, she didn't mean nothing by it. We'll lay off you and get back to drinking. Got to be ready for the entertainment. Oh, who's on tonight? Tonight it's Junebug. Works for me. Round 8, I think. I'll stick around. I could use some sad music. I came here to break some hearts. What's that? Dash dreams. What are you talking about? Got to talk to my parents about their bar tab. I won't be paying for them anymore. Hang on now. No, it's time to cut the old folks loose and head west. I can't keep enabling them. You know, a debt's a debt now. Harry, I'm sorry. I know you've got a vested interest, and I don't want to make a victim of you. They'll come up with it somehow. I'm sure. No, it's not that. The thing about debts is, you never know when they'll be reckoned and called in. What's that mean? I'm not saying anything, but I know debt, Harry. I see it all day. It's all around me, like a thick gray fog. It's in the air I breathe. At the pawn shop, they have a new financial technology. I'm the ambassador. Did you know that? A new technology. It's a new kind of debt, Evelyn, and it's a mess. What do you mean, a new kind of debt? You know what we do at the pawn shop? Secured loans. We don't buy used goods. We take personal property as collateral on a loan. Then, if you don't pay your loan, we sell your stuff. Sure, I get that. It works for people who couldn't get loans otherwise, I guess. Now Hardin has this new idea. He calls it a payday advance. But it's just a short term, unsecured loan with a wicked interest rate. There's no filtering. Most who can't most who borrow can't keep up. Then he has this big pile of debts with big returns on paper. He can sell those debts to a bank. Huh. Who's borrowing like that? Who do you think? When Joe put me in charge of it. The only dark skinned clerk in the whole shop? You think so? I know it. Don't you see? I look just like you. You can trust me. But Joe knows they won't pay on time. There's no money in lending, but there's money in usury. That's in the Bible. I won't be a shill. I just have to save a bit more, and then I go to California. I'll be a real clerk at a credit union or something. Something ethical. I just have to get rid of these old parasites first. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. Well, my tab is in good shape, I think. You're behind too. Not as bad as the Slades, but, well, Harry, the only thing I owe you is a handshake and this whiskey you're about to pour me. Let's say this one's on me, Pearl. Nah, I'm good for it. For today, let's just say it's on me. You're awfully strict about cash for a guy who just got back from a vacation. Drink up, Evelyn. Maybe you'd better find some other chair to sink into so your debts don't get reckoned out from under you. I'm out for a bit. I'll be back later to disappoint a couple of old deadbeats. I'll stay for the entertainment. I won't throw you out. But just remember what I said. Management material. That's what he said. Is that so? Okay, I'm focused on them. 11 years behind a supermarket till. You're damn right. Damn right. I have commitment and reliability. That's what he said. Management material. I bet they raised you to $3. Act 3. I bet 4. The responsibility. You see Pearl today? She was working all day, I think. Usually doesn't work mornings. The Slade women are all getting promoted. I think they just put her on another shift. What's the morning shift like at On Shop, do you think? Black coffee and desperation. Let's celebrate. Harry? Oh, he's got another round. He's got a brick sandwich. We're celebrating 2 promotions in the family. Dr. Pearl today? She worked all day. She was here earlier, looking for you two. She'll be back. Why don't you just pace yourselves till you talk to her? We're celebrating. Pace yourselves or pay your bill. Why are you so stuck on a bill all of a sudden? Are you sunstruck? Sure. You know, it's twice as bright when you got the ocean and the pool both reflecting at you. Evelyn. You catch sight of any alligators? Sure. It was gators everywhere. Swamp. Big sandy swamp with a pool and a hostess. What's that? Set him up, Harry. Junebug will be here any minute, and we want to be receptive. All right, but I keep track. There will be a reckoning. You folks here? About the reckoning? First I've heard. What's up, Harry? Short on your bills? Let the books get away from you? That's an ignorant thing to say. Been doing my books for 10 years. Keeping this place alive all on my own, ever since Bess. I ought to just let you run that tab up until you drink yourselves underground. Now, you didn't mean nothing by it, Harry. Yeah, Harry. You know I'm only joking. Sure, I know. I know you're joking. All right, let's drink. I better slow down. Hard times whiskey comes on strong. Don't want to end up like that boiled owl in the corner. I can't tell anymore. I hear they have some secret ingredients, or secret process, or something. Something in the wood they age it in. Yeah, something strange in that wood. Drink up, Larry. Don't call me Larry. It sounds like an old man. All right, Silver Fox. Now you I'll let it slide. Another? Well, I don't get paid until Friday, and I haven't seen Pearl all day. She can pick it up when she comes back. Don't count on it. What the hell kind of thing to say is that? Our own daughter. Generosities have limits. I don't know what she said, but the Slades are good for it. This family takes care of our own. Sure, we'll get it straightened out when she comes back. Better get here soon, or she'll miss the entertainment. Shouldn't Junebug be here now, Harry? Yep, that's what you get working with artists. Good entertainment, but it's always late. This is pretty late, though. We'll stick around. We're celebrating. Sure. Yeah, not expecting a late night sentimental call. And if he does, let it ring. The philanderer. Last drink, Evelyn? One more, Harry. I just want to hear some music. Well, she'd better show up soon. Alright, the gang's all here. I love this song. I've never heard it. It's a love song. It's a Valentine. Sure. Ever been in love? Nope. Me neither. Well, there's Ted. Son of a bitch. Evelyn, you love Ted, right? He's a son of a bitch. Out on the road, selling hammers and hammering shop girls. You know he isn't. Well, I wish he would. You don't mean that. Sure, I don't mean that. He's a son of a bitch, but you have to stick by your family. Sometimes. If it kills you. Do you? Why? You just have to. Why? I love this song. What if they're better off without us? My folks could get better with money. Ted could, I don't know, meet someone new? He wouldn't. He's a good man. Would you? Uh, all I want is to be free of parasites. Keep my own money, pay my own debts. Don't be a fool. Buy me a drink. What do you want? I want to run a hardware store with my dear husband. Evelyn, I want a whiskey. That's all you want? And a love song. You could have said, sure. Pearl, you could have said something. I shouldn't have to say anything, Dad. Letting us just sit and soak up a debt. We're celebrating. Pearl, it's supposed to be a celebration. Don't you know the news? Larry, drop it. So, celebrate. I'm not stopping you. But I'm not paying for it. Your mother's going to be a manager. So, put a manager's salary on that tab. It's not... Sure, they said she's management material. What kind of material are you, Pearl? Maybe. He said maybe. I'm made of sweat and blood and beer. Just like you raised me. That's a damn strange thing to say. Sure, my hands are cut up, but you're a loan clerk, and your mother is a manager at a supermarket. Damn it, Lawrence. It's not settled. Not settled. O'Neill just handed you a promotion. Why can't you celebrate? Rosa, what did he say to you? Remember what he said to you? He said, didn't he? He said, maybe eventually. Maybe eventually? Maybe eventually, management material. Keep your chin up. Maybe eventually. Sooner or later, keep your chin up. How's that, Dad? Enough. You can still settle. It'll just take longer. I should look again. Just sit with me, Larry. Let's just wait for the music. Get away from the awfulness. Sure. We can celebrate. Sure. The Slade women are moving up. Eventually. If she's this late, she's not coming. Where's Junebug? Where's the entertainment? I said, if she's this late, she always shows up. Got nothing better to do. You gonna settle up first? Don't be a fool. Watch it. I'll buy you a drink. How about water, Evelyn? And maybe call it a night? What time is it? I love this song. It's relaxing. Like the sun by the pool on a beach full of gators. God damn it, Evelyn. Harry, your language. What would Bess think? Good Christian woman. God damn it. Who cares if I did or didn't go to New Orleans? She didn't mean anything by it. Maybe I just sat here alone in the dark. Would you like that, Evelyn? That what you want to hear? Watching nature programs in the dark? Just me and the deer and the gators and the goddamn dinosaurs. It was Harry's Ark, Evelyn. Two by two, out of the flood and into the poorhouse. He's just drunk. All on my dime. Well, there's gonna be a reckoning. All of you. Just stick around and you'll see. What are you talking about, Harry? What reckoning? I want to hear another love song. Where's Junebug? I hope she never shows up. I can't pay her. The money's run out. What's that? It's gone. The money's all gone. I let you sponges soak up so many free drinks, now I can't even stock the whiskey without striking a deal. No more whiskey? Harry, what kind of deal? It doesn't matter. You can't blame us, Harry. We're just a little short from time to time. Sure. Just leave, Pearl. Just trust me. Okay. I'm leaving. Are you sure? I'm sure. You don't deserve this. All I want is a love song and a whiskey. You'll have plenty of time for whiskey. I just want to be left alone. That man is like a straitjacket. I know, Evelyn. If only he'd meet some tall, young thing on the road. I know. 11 years behind a supermarket till. Keep your chin up, Rosa. Eventually, maybe. Maybe eventually. Now, you all should clear out. Where would we go? Just let us wait. Let us wait for Junebug. We're good for it. We just want to have a few drinks, see the entertainment, then we'll go home. You don't understand. Sure, we know you're struggling. We're all struggling. Harry, you said you have a deal, right? God damn it! You don't understand me. Harry, your language. What's to understand? We'll settle our debt soon. Rose is in line for this promotion. All they want is debt. They feed on it. They put it in the whiskey. What? What the hell are you saying? He'll be here soon. The boy from Hard Times. There will be a reckoning. Harry, our debt's not to the distillery. It is now. I traded it. I sold it. Sorry. So sorry. All right. And that is Kentucky Route Zero for tonight. So, yeah, that was Act 2 and the second interlude. I will be back tomorrow night with Act 3 at 7 p.m. Eastern, usual time. So, thank you all for watching. So enjoying this game, even if it is just kind of talky. And yeah, I mean, that interlude was just a play, but it's good writing. It's good stuff. So, that's it for tonight. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night and rest of your weekend. I'll see you all tomorrow night for Kentucky Route Zero, Act 3. Bye-bye.